My name is Elon. I was born in a city called Pretoria, in South Africa. When I was a boy, I was very quiet. I did not talk much. I liked to read books. I liked to think. I liked to ask big questions in my mind. I did not enjoy loud places. I did not play much with other kids. Many people thought I was strange. At school, I sat alone. I read stories about science and space. I read about people like Albert Einstein and Nikola Tesla. I did not understand everything, but I felt excited when I read. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to understand the universe. I wanted to build things that did not exist yet. At home, I built small machines with wires and batteries. I made tiny rockets with paper. I opened old computers and tried to fix them. I did not watch much TV. I liked to create things. I had many ideas in my head. I wrote them in a small notebook. That notebook was full of dreams. I called it my dream book. Sometimes I felt very alone. Other children did not talk to me. They laughed at me because I was different. But I did not stop dreaming. I did not stop learning. I believed that one day I would do something big. I did not want to be famous. I did not want to be rich. I just wanted to make things that help people. I wanted to go to space. I wanted to help Earth. One day, I told a teacher, I want to build a rocket and go to Mars. The teacher smiled, but he did not believe me. He said, that is too big. That is too hard. But I asked, why not? I did not understand why people said no to big ideas. I believed that everything was possible if we tried. At night, I looked up at the stars. I felt small, but I felt hope. The stars made me feel brave. I thought, maybe one day, I will go up there. I started to draw pictures of the future. I drew cities on the moon. I drew cars that did not need gas. I drew robots that helped clean the earth. These were my future pictures. I also made up stories in my mind. I created a special group. I called it the Dream Club. In this club, I sat with my heroes like Einstein and Tesla. I asked them questions. In my imagination, they gave me advice. They told me to keep going. They told me not to give up. That gave me courage. Even when life was hard, I did not stop. When people laughed, I stayed quiet. When people said no, I asked why not. I felt different, but I believed being different was okay. I was not better. I was just curious. I wanted to know more, see more, and build more. I remember one weekend, I tried to build a small robot from broken parts one found. It did not work. I tried again and again. After 5 tries, the lights on the robot turned on. I felt so happy. That small success made me believe in myself more. I told myself, if I can fix this, maybe I can fix other things too. My family did not always understand me. Sometimes, they thought I was too serious. Sometimes, I did not talk much during dinner. I was thinking about new ideas. I was thinking about the future. I did not want to waste time. I wanted to learn more every day. Even as a child, I felt I had a mission. I wanted to help the planet. I wanted to make life better for people. I did not know how, but I knew I must try. I knew my dreams were big. I knew they sounded crazy. But I also knew they were mine. No one could take them away. I was just a boy in a quiet room, with a big dream. That dream lived inside me every day. It gave me strength. It gave me direction. I did not know where life would take me, but I knew I had to follow that dream. That was the beginning of my story, and I was ready to take the first step. When I was 17 years old, I left my home in South Africa. I had one suitcase, some clothes, and big dreams. I did not have a clear plan. I did not have rich parents or a strong network. But I had hope. I moved to Canada first. It was cold. I had no friends. I had no car. I walked everywhere. I worked many small jobs to earn money. I cleaned floors. I moved heavy boxes. I helped cut wood. I took every job I could find. I saved every dollar. Life was hard, but I was not afraid of hard work. I wanted to study. I wanted to learn more so I could build my dreams. After some time, I got the chance to move to the United States. I studied at college. I took classes in physics and business. Physics helped me understand how the world works. Business helped me learn how to build companies. During the day, I went to class. At night, I read books and wrote code. I often slept on the floor. I used a sleeping bag next to my desk. I had no bed. I had no comfort. But I did not care. I wanted to create something new. I did not go to parties. I did not take long breaks. I used every minute to learn and build. After college, I started my first company with my brother Kimball. We called it Zip2. We had one computer. We had no office. We worked in a small room. We had no money to hire people, but we believed in our idea. We built a simple map and guide service for the internet. At that time, most people did not use the internet much. But we saw the future. We worked long hours. We often ate cheap food. We shared one small desk. We took showers at the local gym. We answered emails at 2 in the morning. We fixed problems at 3. We slept at 4. Then we woke up and started again. We were tired, but we were excited. We were building something real. Some days were very hard. The website crashed many times. Customers were angry. Investors said no. Friends told us to give up, but we didn't stop. We believe that small people can build big things if they don't quit. After 2 years, a big company offered to buy Zip2. It was a lot of money. We accepted the offer. It felt like a big win. But for me, it was not the end. It was just the beginning. With some of the money I earned, I started thinking about a new idea. I asked myself, what can I do to help more people? I saw a problem. At that time, it was not easy to send money online. So I decided to create a new company. That company became PayPal. PayPal was different. It made it fast and easy for people to send money on the internet. It helped many small businesses grow. But again, it was not easy. We had many problems. People said our idea was not safe. Some said we were too young to run a real company. Others said, Elon is too strange. I heard many voices telling me to stop. But I didn't. During this time, I learned many lessons. I learned that the world does not give guarantees. No one can promise success. No one can promise that your idea will work. Sometimes, you give everything and still fail, but you must try anyway. You must try because your dream matters, your work matters. Even if you are afraid, you must keep going. While running PayPal, I started to think about something much bigger. I thought about space again. I remembered the stars I looked at when I was a boy. I started buying books about rockets and space travel. I read them every night. I learned about engines, fuel, orbits, and gravity. I learned from books because I wanted to build something for the future. One evening, I told a friend, I want to build a rocket company. He laughed. He said, that's not possible. You're not NASA. But I smiled. I had heard that before. People had said the same thing when I wanted to build Zip2. They said the same thing with PayPal. I was used to hearing no, but that never stopped me. I began to plan. I wrote notes. I studied rocket science. I made a list of parts. I started looking for people who believed in space. Slowly, the idea for SpaceX was born. The journey was not safe. It was not easy. It was not promised. There were no guarantees, but it was my journey. And I was ready to follow it. After PayPal, I had money, but I did not want to rest. I wanted to build something bigger. I wanted to help the future. I remembered my dream about space. I started a new company called SpaceX. Most people thought I was crazy. They said, only big governments can build rockets. But I didn't listen. I believed we could do it. I read books. I studied rocket science. I hired smart engineers. We built our first rocket. It took many months. We worked hard, but the first rocket failed. It went up, then it exploded in the sky. We lost a lot of money. People laughed. They said, Elon doesn't know what he's doing, but I said, let's try again. We built a second rocket. We worked day and night. We believed this one would fly, but it also failed. It crashed again. People stopped believing in us. My friends started to worrying. Investors said no. My team felt tired. But I said, don't quit. One more time. Then we built the third rocket. We made changes. We checked everything. We waited, hoped, and watched. But again, it failed. It did not reach space. I felt broken. I had spent almost all my money. SpaceX was close to dying. I had one chance left. At the same time, my other company, Tesla, was also in trouble. We were trying to build electric cars. But we had many problems. We didn't have enough batteries. Our machines didn't work. People said electric cars were a joke. Some engineers left. Some friends told me to give up. But I didn't. I sold my homes. I used my own savings to pay the team. I had no house, no comfort. I slept on the factory floor. I worked every day and every night. I answered emails until my hands hurt. Some nights, I cried. I felt alone. But I didn't stop. We launched the fourth rocket. We had no money left. If this one failed, SpaceX would die. My hand shook. My heart beat fast. I looked at the rocket. I didn't blink. I didn't breathe. Then it happened. The rocket lifted off. It flew higher and higher. It didn't crash. It reached space. We had done it. We cried. We hugged. We didn't speak. We just smiled. That one success saved SpaceX. It gave us a future. It gave people hope. Later, NASA believed in us. They gave us contracts. We started sending real cargo to space. One day, we will send people too. That was my dream as a child. Now it was starting to come true. At Tesla, things also started to change. We finished building the first car. People saw it. They liked it. Slowly, they started buying it. We proved that electric cars can work. We proved that they can be fast, beautiful, and clean. But even then, we had more problems. Robots stopped working. Factories stopped running. Deadlines were missed, but I kept going. I slept in the factory. I fixed the machines myself. I worked through the night, not because I had to, but because I believed in the mission. Then I started SolarCity to give clean power to homes. I started Starlink to bring internet to remote places. I started Neuralink to help the human brain. These companies had one purpose, to help the world, not for fame, not for money, but for meaning. I wanted to solve real problems. I wanted to make the future better. Many people said, "Elon, slow down. Enjoy your life," but I don't grow in comfort. I grow in challenge. I don't want easy. I want impact. I still feel like that quiet boy in a small room, drawing rockets. That boy never left me. Sometimes people call me a genius. Sometimes they call me crazy. I don't care. I'm just curious. I forget birthdays. I speak too fast. I get nervous. I make mistakes. I lose people. But I learn. I grow. I keep going. I believe this. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be lucky. You just have to believe. Then try. Then fall. Then try again. Dreams are heavy. They break you first, but then they build you. If you feel small, if people laugh at your dreams, don't stop. Keep trying. The world needs builders. The world needs dreamers, and you can be one too. This is not the end of my story. I'm still learning. Still building, still dreaming, and I hope you will too. Elon Musk's story is not just about rockets, cars, or money. It is about a quiet boy with big dreams. It is about falling down and getting up again. It is about working hard, thinking big, and never giving up, even when everything seems impossible. From a small room in South Africa to the stars above, Elon faced many problems. He had no easy path. He had no guarantee. People laughed at him. He failed many times. He lost money. He lost friends. He cried in silence, but he did not stop. Why? Because he believed in his dream, and he believed in building something that could help the world. He started Zip2, PayPal, SpaceX, Tesla, SolarCity, Starlink, and Neuralink. Each one had a purpose: to improve lives, to protect the planet, and to bring hope for the future. His journey shows that success is not quick, not clean, not easy. It is slow, it is painful, but it is possible if you don't quit. So, what can we learn from Elon Musk? We learn that you don't need to be perfect to start. You don't need to be rich, or famous, or lucky. You just need a dream and the courage to follow it. Even if you are scared, Even if you are small, your idea matters, your voice matters. In today's world, you may face problems too. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe people don't believe in you. Maybe you doubt yourself. That's okay. But remember this: failure is not the end. It is part of the journey. Keep learning, keep growing, keep trying. And like Elon, one day, your dream can also fly. Congratulations, you just finished this full story in English. That means your listening and understanding skills are growing stronger. You are improving, step by step. Keep going. Now, here is a small question for you. What was the name of Elon's first company? SpaceX. BZip2. Comment your answer below with all B. Let's see how many of you get it right. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to our channel. Your support gives us the power to make more stories like this, stories to help you learn English with meaning and emotion. Also, if you want to support our work, please consider donating. In the beginning, it's very hard to keep making high-quality content for free. But we do this because we believe in helping people like you. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning, keep dreaming, and never give up.